What is up, nation? Today let's talk Ghost of Tsushima and what to expect. What's up, everyone? Today is an exciting day because we're exactly 1 week away from the release of Ghost of Tsushima. We've seen some awesome gameplay footage so far. I'm super pumped about this game. It takes place in a Japanese setting in an open world. It is amazing what Sucker Punch has created here as far as an open world experience. They're known for games like Infamous and then even Sly Cooper back in the day. So this is going to definitely be a new style game from them. But it's amazing to see that the world that they've created and then some of the gameplay mechanics that they've unveiled to us so far look really impressive. We are at the tail end of the console generation, so we're really starting to see what's actually possible on this current generation of consoles. I mean, when you look at the lighting and the environment effects and everything that they created as far as this open world graphical style, it is next level. It's really kind of that transitional game where we see kind of the cutting edge of like what's around the corner to come on the new gen consoles, and then also kind of the max power of what's on our current console. It reminds me a little bit of when God of War 3 came out on the PS3, and it just seemed like that next level, and it really was. It was at the tail end of what, them basically harnessing all of the PS3's power, and I feel like this is kind of that for the PS4, and I think they will have some pro settings exclusive to the PS4 Pro, but what I want to talk about today is a bunch of the different gameplay that we've seen. What do we know about this game so far, and then what do we not know? What have the developers kind of not told us yet, and what should we expect as far as the final release and the final product that's coming out next week. So with that, I want to go into some gameplay discussion. So I mean, Sony really did do a great job of showing us what is possible in this game and kind of what to expect. They released a full 20-minute gameplay deep dive where they showed the different combat styles. They showed how you can play as the Ghost or you can play as a samurai, which I think is really cool because for me personally, I've never been so into stealth games. I've always kind of been that guns blazing guy and just runs in and tries to overcome the combat. That's definitely gotten me killed a number of times in different games like Souls games, Sekiro and whatnot. Sometimes you do have to take the stealthy route, but I'm glad that they're kind of giving us, for at least it appears that they're giving us a choice on how we want to play. So you can play as the samurai, which is more like you're going to come into a room full of enemies and just clean house, or you can go the ghost path where you're creating distractions and diversions, and you're really just doing things to more effectively clear the area without just putting yourself at a huge risk. And so I think both gameplay styles are super enjoyable. So I'm going to be excited to see is it something that maybe once you pick a path, do you kind of need to stay on that path? Like, are you going to start leveling up your character in one direction or the other? I'll be curious to know if we can easily switch back and forth between a samurai style gameplay or a ghost style gameplay. I don't really think they've said that exactly just yet, but some of the worlds and the environments that they've created here seem super interesting. I mean, it's open world, but obviously there's some ways to kind of keep you on track. Like they showed the ability to go ahead and like summon the wind to guide your path. So if you don't know what to do next, or you're kind of just maybe going off and doing different side quests and then you want to get back to the main story, I guess you can summon the wind to actually point you in that right direction. So it seems like they're doing like a nice mix of, hey, play the game your own style, play the game how you want to play it, but then if you kind of need a helping hand to remind you on where to go to progress the story, they're still going to provide that as well. We are going to see location fast travel similar to like a Dark Souls style, where you'll have not bonfires but shrines rather. You're going to have that you can rest, and I don't know if it recharges your health and stuff like that, but it will actually create a save point that you can go ahead and fast travel around the world. So it doesn't seem like we're going to be spending a bunch of time on horseback traveling from place to place if we don't want to, which I do definitely like. So you're going to play as a samurai by the name of Jin. It is set in in old school Japanese world. It's almost meant to be played like a Japanese flick. Like they're giving us like different film grains and stuff that you can do, like black and white film grain that you can actually, if you really want like that cinematic experience, like you're just playing through the story, you can. We do know there's difficulty settings. So if you want to relax, just kind of enjoy the story and not have to worry so much about, the intensity of the combat, There is an easy, a normal, and a hard difficulty. We do know that the enemy's health doesn't change, so that stays the same regardless of what difficulty you pick, because they wanted to kind of keep the integrity of the samurai sword, and it seems like they really want to do a more realistic take on a samurai. So it's not like you have to, on hard mode, you're not going to have to, stab somebody in the throat 10-15 times to kill them. It's going to be something where your sword is just as effective towards their health, but at the same time, I think their AI will be a lot more on point, and they're probably going to find you and ambush you a lot quicker and faster and things like that. So that's kind of what we're expecting from the difficulty settings. There is definitely some platforming elements to this game. You do have a grappling hook, and then we see numerous times in the gameplay that Jin is just able to grapple onto things that are far away, and then just jump to new grounds and stuff. So it does remind me a little bit of Sekiro in that way. It seems a little bit slower paced, more methodical, more planned out. You're not going to just you're not moving quite as fast as what we were like in a Sekiro style game, and I'm sure it'll be quite a bit different of a gameplay style, just because it's not a From Software game, so I'm not expecting this to be like a Sekiro clone by any means. But I do hope that they took a few of the really good notes from that game, because I do think that they really mastered that samurai style combat. So even if it's not the same type of experience, I'm hoping that they take some really good portions of what FromSoft was able to accomplish with that. We do know that the look of Jin and the attire that you wear is completely customizable, so it looks like there's a lot of unlockables in this game, so it will be something where you're able to customize your outfit based off your playstyle. So if you're playing as the Ghost, you're probably going to be wearing something more light, more camouflage, more easy to blend in and move around fast, and then we're probably going to see more of a traditional armor style setup if you're going to be playing as a samurai. So I'll be curious to see how those different paths affect each other, and is it easy to unlock all the armors in one run? Is it something where we're playing the game over and over again? Is there a new game plus? They haven't answered all those questions just yet, so we do know what to expect as far as the total length of the game. So we do know that it could be as short as 20 hours if you were just to go and grind through everything that's available in there, or as long as 50. So that tells me there's probably a lot of side quests, there's probably a lot of unlockables, there's probably a lot of optional stuff that you can just do in the open world that's not necessarily directly tied to the story. They did give us a really cool photo mode too. I'm like super excited to see some of the wallpapers we're probably going to see released from this, because you can just straight up customize the wind direction, the particles that are going on. Like, you can create whatever kind of visual aesthetic that you want, and then take like a really cool in-depth screenshot. And I mean, it's to the level where they put in depth to field and blurring backgrounds and stuff like that. So it's a clever new kind of thing that I don't think we see in a lot of games. So I am looking forward to that also. So they do have something called a charm system in this game, which is basically their level up system. So you're going to unlock charms as you go, and that sounds like that's going to be something where you're unlocking new abilities, new samurai abilities, probably new stealth abilities also. So that's something that as you progress in the game, you're going to become more advanced and unlock more features for your character. So I'm really excited to see that. Then the other interesting thing from the ghost element is that as you take the ghost path, your legend starts to grow, which is really cool. It's basically something where people will become more afraid of you because they've heard the legends of you killing other villages, or attacking different people from being unexpected and not being seen. You're essentially creating a legend that people are becoming more afraid of you as you progress the game. So that's kind of like a level up mechanic if you're taking the ghost stealth path. So I'm really excited to see how that plays out also. And then we do know we're going to have multiple collector's editions released for this game. So they have like the top tier collector's edition that's available for pre-order right now. From what I saw online, most places all were sold out, but it does retail at $169, and you get like the mask that Jin wears during parts of the games. You get a couple figurines, you get a steel book and some artwork and things like that. So they really went all out for that collector's edition, and it's got definitely a big price tag to go along with it. But for super fans of the game, I'm sure that's something that will be cool, worth checking out. There is a special edition that is available for just $10 more, $69.99, and you do get a little figurine of a mask. You do get a steelbook edition. You do get the Ghost of Tsushima dynamic theme for the PS4. You also get like a mini digital soundtrack. And then if you're not super worried about the steelbook, but you want everything else that comes with the special edition, you can do the digital deluxe edition, which is actually the same exact price, but you're just going to get the game digital. But then they do actually have those the figurines, and then the the soundtrack included as well. And then you just have your standard launch edition, which is going to be just the game, but you do, you know, for buying it at launch, you do get the dynamic theme and you do get the digital soundtrack also. You just don't get any of the figurines and stuff like that come along with it. So all of that's available right now straight through PlayStation.com if you guys want to go in and pre-order, or just start to plan on if you're going to get the game or not. If you're going to get it digital or physical, you can go and look at all the different versions on there and find out what you're most interested in. Thanks so much for watching the video today, everyone. I did want to ask everybody a question as far as if you are planning on picking up this game, what gameplay style do you think you're going to pick and why? Are you going to go for the Ghost? Or are you going to go for more of the Samurai direct combat style? I would love to get you know, a conversation started down in the comments below, so please let me know that. And then also hit the like button on this video if you did enjoy it, and make sure you subscribe to Sunbro Nation and join the nation today if you haven't already. I would really love to have you here. I'm going to be following up this news video with actual gameplay deep dives and strategies and trophy hints and stuff like that as the game comes out. So check back here next week and I'll be covering all of that footage. I'm going to go ahead and just grind through the game myself and then kind of share my journey along the way, but in a really informational style. So if that sounds like something you guys are interested in, make sure you subscribe and then hit that bell notification so you get updated, and you'll know as soon as I upload that video and it goes live next week. So I do look forward to releasing more content for you guys. Thanks so much again for sticking around. Sunbro Nation out.